This is how I stopped caring about other people's opinions of me. And if you've clicked on this video, you probably already know why you should stop caring. You know, your life will be better and a lot less stressful. So let's get into the how. So there are usually three levels for what kind of people you care about, and at rock bottom you have everyone's opinion. You're afraid of wearing certain clothes because you're scared what people on the road may think of you, or you're afraid of lifting a lighter weight in the gym because of the people around watching you, right? And this one, if you're here, you're in a really bad position, but the good news is you can get out of this pretty easily by realizing that no one cares. Can you even think of one stranger you saw last week? Can you remember anyone? No. That's because they're a stranger, right? And you don't even remember how they look or what they were wearing unless you talk to them and have some sort of interaction. So if you forgot about everyone, then everyone has forgotten about you. So that's pretty easy. And at the second level is the opinion of your friends. Now, you don't say or do what you're thinking because you're afraid of what your friends will think of you. For example, you go out with a couple of friends and you don't want to drink because, say, I don't know, you're in your healthy phase, your gym phase, and you want to get into better shape. But you're afraid that if you don't, they'll think that you're boring. Ridiculous, by the way, I know. But just go with this example. There are a lot of people in this situation. So let's play it out. What happens if you don't drink? If they don't think that you're boring and just keep talking to you as normal, then it's a win-win. You didn't drink, they haven't changed their idea of you. You can do you, great. If they do think you're boring and start treating you different, then realize that one, they never actually liked you, they never liked true you, and they only liked your facade, and this fake character that you were showing, or who you were before. And number two, which is even worse, not only they didn't like true you, you were acting a certain way you didn't want to act to fit in with people who didn't even like you. Like, not only they didn't like you, they didn't want you with them, you're also sucking up to them. How stupid is that? Look, the solution to a friend not liking you because you don't drink is not to start drinking, but to throw them the fuck out of your life, okay? The good news is there are other people out there who do like your real character, who like real you, and not the one that you're faking to fit in with those retards. Like, there are real people who like your character, who likes the person that, doesn't drink, or who, likes ballet. I have no idea, right? Whatever. So, yeah, there are people who like you. And just for the record, I'm not saying don't be friends with people who drink. I'm not saying don't drink, do whatever you want. I'm just saying make sure that the people who you're with are with you because of who you are and not because of some fake character that you're putting up with. And from experience, look, I was a coward, okay? I had to leave the country to stop caring about my friends' opinion. Instead of facing it, instead of facing my friends, I left my country and went to university abroad. I barely came back. I built a whole new character in this other country. But now when I do go back and decide not to drink, no one judges me, and it's just fine, because turns out your friends also do not really care about you, okay? So if you're too worried about the, let's play it out scenario, you can also just choose to leave your hometown. It's a bit of a drastic solution. But it is the easiest thing to do. It works, and I 100% recommend it if you're trying to make a big change. And finally, number three, this is the hardest one to let go. It's the opinion of your parents. I was talking a few months ago to this 18-year-old girl. She lives next door from my grandparents. And I was asking her what she was going to do after high school. And she had all these interests. She was passionate about animals' well-being. She was very vegan, which, I eat a lot of meat. I'm just being completely honest. I don't really care about, the chicken and the cow that give me the food. But, if you're really passionate and you can argue like a mature person, I respect what you stand for, and I'll listen to anything, and I'll have an adult discussion with just about anyone about anything. So I listened, and I told her you should probably do something related to that. I don't know if there's a degree, but like get some experience in the field. Go meet some people with the same passions and interests who maybe started a company. Ask them if you can go work for them for free to understand the environment and get a bit of experience. And she was like, yeah, but my dad and my mum want me to go to university and do this and that. And we were talking it out, and she couldn't conceive the fact that her opinion was more important than the opinion of her parents. She was thinking, if my parents don't approve, I can't do it. And, I don't blame her. I was like that as well when I was 18. So, and you may be thinking this is stupid, but you may be in a similar situation where you're working on your online business and your dad just told you you need to find a real job. Painful, right? Because you're not making it just yet, but you have the vision, you have the ambition, and you want to see it through. It's painful. So it's awful, but you just need to push through it. Trying to solve the situation. What happened, going ahead with this story, is I was trying to break this limiting belief of her. So I asked her the question: are your parents going to be the reason why you don't go after your dreams and instead live a life of unfulfillment, a life that you don't like? And she thought about it, and she was like, I guess so. I couldn't believe it. How could she just resign herself to that fate? I couldn't break the limiting belief. So in some way, I guess this is also another attempt at, breaking it again, and like taking another hit at that belief. And I've thought about it, and the way you change this way of thinking is by taking full accountability. So what does this mean? Everything that happens in life, it's your fault. Even if it's not, just say that it's your fault. If you listen to your parents saying you should go to university or, pursue a certain career, follow a certain career, just know that it's you making the decision. It's not your parents. Because what happens when you're 50 and you listen to your parents and you're now in a situation you hate, in a job that you don't like? Guess what's going to happen? You'll start hating your parents because they told me to do this. But the truth is, guess whose fault it is? It's yours who listened to them. It's yours. It's your fault. You made the choice. They only told you what they thought. But it's your choice. And look, I'm not saying don't listen to your parents, but just make up your own mind and make your own decisions. Like, own your decisions and learn to live with the consequences of those decisions. You'll live a much better life and a lot more, be a lot more fulfilled, 100%. Also, small note, I don't think that you can really kill completely your feelings towards what your parents think of you. I think there will always be some part of you that cares about what your parents think, and I think that's normal. That's just human nature, right? The key here is to not let that get in the way of, well, first off, your relationship, because you can disagree and still love each other and talk normally. And number two is to not let that get in the way of the person that you truly want to become. So that's it. These are the three reasons. We've gotten rid of strangers' opinions, friends' opinions, and now parents' opinions. And we're now free to be completely ourselves. Hooray! And live on our own terms. So remember, at the end of the day, no one cares about you. And once you realize this, you really do become happier. All right. See ya.